In The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, where is the Bridge of Eldin and how do I warp it back? Hello everyone, this is Caleb Simpson from ZeldaDungeon.net, here to answer that very question, because I get asked it. A lot. So I'm making a guide about it. Here's the answer to your bridge question, folks, so enjoy. Within The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Twilight has covered the land of Hyrule, so for the first part of the game you are trying to remove the Twilight from each province. So you're steadily working your way from area to area, removing the Twilight that has covered the land. So after you've completed the Eldin Province and the Goron Mines, it's time to move on to the Lanayru Province to the north. As you cross the Bridge of Eldin, a warp portal appears directly above it and warps a huge chunk of the bridge away. In the process, it also drops down several shadow beasts. You can then go and defeat them to gain this warp portal, but you'll be unable to use it until you find the piece of the missing bridge. Later on in the game, you can use Fyer's cannon in Lake Hylia to shoot yourself into the Gerudo Desert. In the far corner of the desert itself is a huge platform known as Gerudo Mesa. On top of it, there are some more shadow beasts which you can defeat to gain a warp portal here in the desert. But at the very top of the mesa itself, there's a giant stone object that Midna will allow you to warp. Speak with her to warp it back to the Bridge of Eldin warp point that we got earlier, and you'll be able to warp it back there and use that warp portal yourself whenever you want. Nice. Okay, so at this point you should be all hunky-dory and everything should work just fine. You should be able to continue with your game. However, some people get to this point and they cannot warp it back to the Bridge of Eldin area. So why is this? Because they never defeated the Shadow Beasts back in Hyrule Field. They just continued on to the Lanayru Province when it was in Twilight, and then they didn't defeat the Shadow Beasts, so they don't have the warp point. If this happens to you, you're going to have to go back there and beat them up so that you can get the portal. But how do you get there? Because you can warp to Kakariko Village, and then you go to the bridge, and they're like on the opposite side, so how do you get there? Unfortunately, you're going to have to take the long way around. You need to find some horse grass so you can call your horse to make this a little bit faster, and then work your way over to North Hyrule Field, which is just north of Castletown. From there, you can take the skinny path all the way around to the north side of the Bridge of Eldin. Defeat the Shadow Beasts, get the warp point for this location, then warp it back over to Gerudo Mesa so that you can warp the bridge. Now, if instead you don't have the warp point for Gerudo Mesa either, you're going to have to go back to Lake Hylia, speak with Fyer again so that he can use his cannon to shoot yourself into the desert, go back to Gerudo Mesa, and then climb up to the top, defeat the Shadow Beast to get the warp point here, go climb up to the tip top of Gerudo Mesa, warp the bridge back to the Bridge of Eldin area so you can get it back in its rightful place. Ta-da! With that, you can enjoy the rest of this wonderful game. So if you guys ever need any more help that's Zelda-related, then be sure to check out our website at ZeldaDungeon.net, where we have tons of guides and walkthroughs to help you through any places you may be stuck so you can get right back to your adventure. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.